So I just bought a car on Carvana, and there's a lot of differing opinions on whether or not it's actually a good way to get a car. Apparently it's more expensive than a dealership, but it's less hassle. So in this video, I hope to answer 5 questions. 1, is it easy to buy it online? 2, is it easy to pick it up? Number 3, how good is their 160-point inspection? Apparently it's good, but some people say to get it checked by a third party, which is what I plan to do. Number 4, if they find an issue, will they fix that issue and will it be free? They say if they find an issue that is not disclosed on the website, either cosmetic or mechanical, they will fix it for free. And last but not least, number 5, if I don't like the car and it has issues that can't be fixed, can I take it back for free, excluding shipping costs? Worst comes to worst, we will see. But before we get into all that, we have to start at the beginning. Back in 2022, I had a 2001 Toyota Tacoma, got in a car accident. That's no more. After that, my sister had bought a new Jeep. So she gave me her 2002 Jeep Liberty to borrow for a couple months while I didn't have a car, because the car market was absolutely insane. And so after borrowing it for a couple months and fixing it up, I ended up buying it off of her for $2,000, which looking back was insane. When I got the Jeep, it had no working AC, headlights, taillights, speedometer, windshield wipers, tailgate. It would randomly shut off. It had a paperclip in the lock. And after fixing all of these issues, I reached the unbeatable boss. I'm stranded. My car will not start. And I just got it back from the shop today. The car would crank but not start, and it went in and out of shops for weeks at a time, and nobody could seem to figure it out.
Pull up to AutoZone to make sure this car doesn't have any more issues. Dude, what are the odds? There's the new one, there's the old one.
We can't
Piece of junk.
After waiting for the car market to crash, it never seemed to, so I had to make a decision because I can't keep getting stuck places. So that brings me to today.
So I'm about to buy a car. A lot of money.
After days of debating whether or not to get the car, finally pulled the trigger. And that was terrifying because that is the most amount of money I've ever spent. The car that I ended up getting was a 2016 Ford Escape titanium sport utility, 4-door, 4-wheel drive, and it had 106,199 miles on it, which is, it's a lot. I ended up spending $15,036.80, and the whole online portion of this purchase took about 15 minutes, which really is not hard. Did I overpay? Let me know in the comments. I'd say ease of online purchase gets 5 big booms. There were a couple drawbacks though. The interest rate they gave me if I wanted to finance the car was 27%. I have a 788 credit score. That makes 0 sense to me. So I ended up paying cash for the car, which sucked. Better than paying 27%. All that was left for me to do was to get insurance, and I shopped around for a bit and found that the insurance that they provided through Carvana, which is through their partner Root, was actually the cheapest. So I ended up getting that. I scheduled a pickup time for the following Monday. I am currently heading to get my car from Carvana. Fun little vending machine, and that was like half the reason why I got it there. See y'all there.
Your destination is on the right.
A little complicated to get in. We almost hopped on the highway again. We are here. See how easy this whole process is. All right, so they just took a picture of my ID, like holding up next to me, front and back. Looked at my insurance. We're here. I think they're getting ready to get my car. See you in a second. This is cool. This must be fun to do every day. Thank you for grabbing that. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it checks out in the shop, but I think it's gonna be good. The tag on. What do you think?
I think it looks awesome. But I would videotape all of this, so if you bring it back.
So I just got my car. It is currently 11:39. We got here at, what, 11:22. Our appointment was at 11:30. Took us like 10-20 minutes to get this car. I mean, half the time was spent just looking at it, but super easy. Really, really easy.
See how it drives. Watch me instantly total. I mean, it drives well. It drives better than a lot of the vehicles that I test drove. So far, so good. No complaints. You're listening to Killing Me Softly. Seats fold down pretty much flat. Put a lot of stuff in there. Four-wheel drive. I'm excited. Seems like it'll get the job done. New David Mobile. I will let y'all know how it checks out in the shop though. She's a little dusty, I'm not gonna lie. That's fine. Overall clean. Smells a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it's just these awful air fresheners. So that's the new car, 2016 Ford Escape Titanium.
The day after picking up my car from Carvana, I took it to North Roswell Auto to see if it really checked up to the 160-point inspection that they talk about online. And honestly, we found some things that were pretty interesting. If you would like to see a full-length version of the inspection, let me know in the comments down below.
It has codes?
Yes. You're looking at potential thermostat, and there's a transmission code. You're gonna probably need a thermostat. Hey, you're with Justin today in North Roswell. We're going over a 2016 Ford Escape today. Come on with me. So right now we're gonna just assess the vehicle, make sure there's no physical damages or anything. We see a little bit of cracks on the headlights, not too bad, but this eventually will get worse. Little trim panel over here that's starting to come apart, just missing a couple tabs. Nothing too serious. One thing I did notice on the passenger side of the vehicle, it has been repainted on this door and a little bit of paint peeling on this door as well. Nothing too serious, nothing too bad. Tires up here look good, look great, full of tread, 100%. We're gonna come back here in the back. Not too bad, but we're getting down to the wear bars. Around 330 seconds, highly recommend to replace the rear tires. Then we're gonna go to the front brake. Notice that there's a massive groove on the front brake. This will give you a small little squeak at high speeds, maybe low speeds, maybe even get a little shimmy down the road. Brake pads up front, full, 10 mil, look good. Brake pads in the back, 10 mil, look great. Rotor surface, nice smooth, looks phenomenal. Wiper blades good, tail lights work, tag lights work good. No body damage, everything looks good. Let's come up to my scanner that I have here. We have a couple of codes right here. You got a coolant, engine coolant temp sensor. Technically, it'll be the thermostat and the coolant temp sensor. So I'll just go ahead and recommend to replace that as well. And then when we're gonna come up here, that's where we have the diff seal leaking. And then I noticed that we got a bolt that's up here on the top. You could probably see it right up there. That top bolt, that bolt's starting to back on out of that diff mount. And then we see your axle bearing starting to leak. The output shaft on the differential, you might be able to see it going this way, but technically right up there, that seal is also leaking and missing as well. We follow the exhaust going up. We look at your drive shaft. Bushings over here look good. Bushings over here look good. And then we go inside here and we're looking at your front diff, and then there's a boot that's supposed to be there, but it's gone, and all the grease is starting to come out. It could sound like a bad wheel bearing driving down the road. Oh yeah, you can see that belt coming apart good right there. Starting to fray, looks like a bunch of hair. That's the side of the belt, like when they stitched it together. And then that's what's coming apart there. Oh, here's a good chunk right there. When I removed this belly pan, we got a small leak coming from the drain plug. Nothing too serious, you can fix that on an oil change. The CV axle seals are leaking. We are gonna need some motor mounts, but I'm gonna have to show you looking underneath the hood. One motor mount is completely leaking, but everything else, control arm bushings look good, sway bar end links, inner and outer tie rods, front struts, all that looks really, really great and very, very healthy. Only thing that I would really be concerned about would be this diff mount and the diff seal and this axle bearing. Let me show you this leaking motor mount that we have. Underneath the vehicle looks good. This is a very clean vehicle, by the way. Same thing with your coolant reservoir. Not bad, color's a little bit dark, just recommend a flush. And then there's your little motor mount that I would recommend to replace. You got a little, you might even see the little oozing coming out of it right there. There we go. That's some good gravy. Outside of that, you know, inside of the vehicle is nice and clean. I would definitely recommend this for my family and travel on down the road.
The issues with the car, while mostly scary but fixable, were not even the craziest thing that I heard from Justin while I was there. It actually was the fact that
They're in the 400 for the Olympic trials?
For the Olympic trials. I wish I could show you some of my stuff.
Well, I'm gonna look it up and put it in the video if that's okay.
Yeah, if I had it with me, I would. I got several gold medals. And then the clock stands for the clock stop. You have to be a certain age to get to the Olympics, but I got 3 gold medals for the Junior Olympics. I still have some current records out there now, but I was 14 years old running 46 seconds in the 400.
46?
Yeah. I was 2 seconds off of the world record.
I've also linked the full report from North Roswell Auto as well as their website in the description down below. So make sure to check those out.
Thank you,
You're
Justin.
very
I appreciate you, bro.
You have a good one.
So I just left North Roswell Auto. 10 out of 10 experience. Those guys were fantastic. They looked over every single inch of the car, checked everything, lights, seats, engine of course, and then they also checked rust, drivetrain. They're very good, so 100% recommend them. Definitely check them out. Did a fantastic job. I saw Justin and then Jim Brown, the owner, set me up with this. So thank you, Jim. You did a great job. I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. I was told that the car was solid as long as Carvana fixed all the issues, so I went through their partner, Silver Rock, and scheduled a time for it to get fixed at one of their shops. Car is in there, and my boy's getting it right. Here at Regal Nissan, and I just dropped it off. At first, the guy was like, I don't know, you might have to pay 200 bucks, but he called them. Sounds like everything's gonna be covered, so shout out Regal Nissan. I was on a trip when it got picked up by my dad. They fixed everything that they had found issues with in their personal inspection, but not everything that was found in the inspection at North Roswell Auto. They did like $2,500, almost $2,600 worth of work. I was pumped. I essentially got a new car for a used price. So take her for a spin. Turns out, I actually did need a new thermostat. My car kept overheating, telling me to pull over, and after getting a 2-day extension because my car was in the shop, at the very last minute, I decided to take it back. So I'm currently on my way to return this stupid little car. I'm running a little bit late, but then I immediately have to go to the airport to fly to Europe. It overheated this morning on the way to the gym. Should be an easy process. I'll keep y'all updated. All right, so far, no overheating.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the right.
We're back, baby. We're back, sadly. All right, saying my goodbyes. We are back at Carvana. We're on the phone because we're kind of winging it last minute, but here we are. We're back here, sadly. This is such a sick spot, though. Props to them. And then the little computer thing. That's cool. You can just buy one and then there. So I just got done signing the paperwork to give it back. All he did was just grab the mileage and then I just had to sign. I think some other information was already given over the phone. Super easy process. Chris was really chill, cool guy, super helpful, answered all my questions. And he was also like, word of advice, bro. If you buy a car and it has anything wrong with it, just get another one, take it back immediately. Because if one thing is wrong, it can cause like a domino effect to a bunch of other things. So thank you, Chris. You were cool, appreciate your help. And honestly, like, as long as I get a car that's from Carvana that's mechanically sound, like, not a bad experience at all. Super easy to return it, super easy to get it. I'd recommend it for sure. But if it has any issues, give it back immediately. But they got to 7 days, so take advantage of that, get it checked out. But yeah, that's my advice, that's my take. Alright, see the car. Perfect timing. Perfect time. My dad literally just showed up. Let's go to France. Last American meal. Love you. Of course.